Morning everyone. Hi. We're going to look at Amazon KDP today, how to get started, how to start uploading your books, and basically how to make some extra side income, or how I do it anyway. So let's start off with Amazon KDP. What is it? So this is my Amazon KDP. KDP is a publishing service that Amazon offer. So you can publish low content, high content books, and I focus on low content. What do I mean by that? A low content book is like a notebook, notepad, planners, journals, word searches, crosswords, mazes, colouring books, anything like that. So not a full-blown handwritten novel. So you can upload your low content books through KDP. Amazon, and KDP is a free service. You can sign up for free, which is great. I think you sign up, Amazon takes maybe like a week to verify your account, and that's it, you're good to go. Making the books, that's your next hurdle. So you've signed up and then you want to start creating these books. This is where you need BookBolt, and this is the service I use. BookBolt has a studio where you can create all of your publications, all of your low content books on BookBolt Studio. So I'll just sign into my BookBolt Studio so you can have a look. And here it is. So you start off with, I'll start with a new one. New. So you can start off with a blank pages, and that's where you start to create your front cover. And then you'll insert what you need. So if you wanted puzzles, lined paper, anything that you can think of that would be great for your low content book, you can click this and insert it into your book. And that's the basics of what KDP is and how to use it. So when you've chosen your book, you've completed it all, filled the content and the cover book, you would download it, and then you upload it on your KDP. So let's take a look. These are the things I have published. I've got loads of books published. I published on average 10 per week, that's the maximum. And there's 10 per page, 18 pages, so nearly 180 titles. For me, when you're publishing low content books, it is a numbers game. So you publish, see what sticks, see what people like to buy, and then base your next creations on what people have purchased in the past. Right, so why am I telling you about it? This is why. So here are my orders over the last 30 days. I've been using Amazon KDP since January, February, and that was just a trial. So I've been using it religiously, publishing 10 books every week, probably for the last 2-3 months. And already my growth is really happening. So these are my sales over the last 30 days. So this is only this month. Let's have a look at the sales I actually did for a full month. So July's just finished. July sales, 1st to the 31st, 392. So in July, that money doesn't get taken a cut of. The cut's already been taken. So that is money that I will receive, I think in like 6 weeks or something. That's money I'll receive from the books that I've sold. And for me, since I've been uploading and publishing 10 books per week, my monthly royalties has gone up in an upwards trend. So this month, 392, it's been my best month without a doubt. Let's have a look at last month. June, that was 254. And we'll look at the month before, May. 118. So I would say since May was the first month when I really dedicated my 10 books per week routine. So I started that in May, and you can see how quickly it has actually progressed, and you can see the commitment paying off and the continuity paying off. Because obviously now, last month I did 392 sales, and obviously we're only on day 2 of the month, early morning, day 2 of the month, and I'm up to 5 already, so this is really consistent. So looking at how I've done in the last few months, I think what I'd like to achieve this month is there's just one day with no sales. If I could go a full month with having no 0 sale days, that would be like my first achievement. I think I ticked one goal last month, which was to sell over 100 books. I think I ended the month on 101. And then it was $390. So that's kind of an average of $3.9 per book. It does profit. It does vary. It depends on which versions of my book sell. So whenever I publish a book, so I create them on BookBolt, when I publish my book, I usually do a UK version, and I'll release that on amazon.co.uk, and then I'll also do a US version and release that in America. So I think when I sell a UK version, I get a bit more money, because my UK books are £9.99 and the Amazon ones are $10.99. So it works out, UK's are just a little bit more expensive. But even though I release them, half of them in the UK, half of them in the US, both still sell to both. And also I've had sales from Canada, Australia, Ireland. So you get sales from all over the place, really. So it doesn't just depend on which market you publish in. So BookBolt is the tool I use to create everything. And the key to BookBolt is, or the most important thing I personally think, is your front cover. So when you create a front cover, that's the thing that everyone sees on Amazon when they're scrolling looking for whatever they're trying to buy. So you need a really eye-catching and fun front cover. And it has to be fun from, not just if you're creating it close up, it needs to looks good from a small thumbnail size. Because if you think when you're buying things on Amazon, all you see is like a little picture. So it has to be quite clear and obvious what it is just from that thumbnail size. So I'll upload one of my projects. This is a current project that I'm working on. I haven't published any of these yet, because I like to finish and complete a category and then I'll move on to this. So this is what I'm currently doing. This is my cover. It'll be a series of revision word search books, and it will we'll do both UK and America, and I'll target different ages, different topics, different subjects. So that gives me quite a wide range of release titles, and it'll target specifically primary schools, secondary schools, homeschooling, anything like that. That's going to be my next catalogue of books, I think. And just when you upload you basically upload an Excel file with your list of words, and this is what they look like when you upload using this puzzle sign. So you can see they look really professional. And then additionally, BookBolt creates your solution pages too. So I'll just scroll down. So all my books have, I think, 55 puzzles in. 15 words in each. And this is the puzzle Solutions. Again, looks professional, looks exactly like what you would find in any puzzle book that you would buy in a shop. This is tailored to your needs and the puzzles you've uploaded. So once you've created a winner of a cover, so if you've created different styles, different types, and you've got sales from some of your titles, those are probably the ones with the covers that are the most eye-catching and appealing to the buyer. So keep those covers as basically your template, and then you only need to change the titles or maybe a few pictures, but just keep the general format of it all. And it's so easy to create. So creating this cover, the backgrounds are just pictures. This is word art. You have text here, add text, that's it, and then you can change it, edit text, change it there, pick your fonts when you've picked something you're happy with. You can copy and paste it. So maybe you want to focus on primary schools. Add your text to your cover. Try different fonts, see what looks good. When you're creating your cover, you zoom out and have a look. Is it obvious what it is? So that's on mine, you can see. Even when I zoom out, I can still read. It says geography and it says word search, so it's still clear. And because of the picture, there are two students studying, completing something at the table. I think it's pretty clear what it is and what it's for. So this should work well as a thumbnail. Here's another project. Let's have a look. Project that I'm working on still. Catalogue of books that I'm developing. So this one is like it's basically targeting the gift market. So it's people who are looking for 90th birthday gifts. So again, as a little thumbnail, you can see it says funny, it says 90th birthday, and word search is pretty clear. And there's a geezer having a right laugh. So it's clear what it is. So Book Ball, if you want to try it, you get a 3-day free trial and you get 20% off if you use my discount, Tori20. So definitely recommend giving it a go if it's something that interests you. And then let's go back onto sales. So if we'll look at last month, because it's only been 2 days this month, so you know, I won't judge the $21 yet. So last month in July, I've made $392. This is something I also do to help determine what to do next and where to go with my publishing. You can imagine if I'm publishing 10 books per week, or you're publishing your 10 books per week, you have to keep a flow of ideas. This is where I use AI to help me. So I will upload the data from KDP of my sales and let AI analyse it and see what were my best top sellers and help determine my next 20 titles based on my previous sales. So it can predict what other titles would sell based on what's already sold, what's popular. Or maybe there's things that I haven't sold, like it's told me before. This is a subsection you just need to ignore. You haven't made any sales, it's a waste of time. So I think it's really important you use your sales history as your data points. You can also use Bookball to search up keyword terms and to search up, if you start off with an idea and you look it up, it helps you find competition, whether it would be a good place to start, whether you have loads of competition or it'd be difficult for you. So you can use the keyword search here, product search, keyword search, Book Scout. These all are tools to help you find things that will sell and compare against other books that are already selling on Amazon and whether it'd be a good idea for you or not. It gives you, you can get a rating, so it'll say A, yes, this is what you would, if it's an A rating, you haven't got much competition, and it might say predicts 20 sales per month. So something like that I would do. I would definitely make it. But because I picked a category and just ran with it to begin with, and it had sales immediately, I've just stuck with that category and just expanded it every week with 10 books every single week, and that's kind of worked for me. So I think as long as you just do publish quite a few and just see what happens. And to be honest, that's how I started. So I'll show you exactly how I began. I'd seen a YouTube video, maybe February. Now, I'll know if it's February because I'll have books published, so let's have a look. Is it February? I'm just going to check the month before that, if anything had happened. No, so yes, it's February. So I think I watched a YouTube video in February, and it was a video on some guy using KDP to create word searches, and he literally ran through the whole process, opening your KDP account, opening your Bookball, or using Bookball for your creations, and him uploading them. And he did it real quick, real easy, showed you exactly all the tools. So I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. Why not? Literally put telly on in the background, had a go, published, I think I came up with 3 or 4 titles, published them, and then I literally forgot about them. And then I think at the end of, so maybe I did that at the beginning of Feb, and then I think I had a look at the end of February and saw I'd actually got some dollarage. Whoa, something sold. And I didn't try, I didn't put loads of effort in, I just gave it all a go. I just wanted to use Bookball and try it out, see if I could use it, upload on KDP. Saw I'd made some sales. That's interesting. Maybe I'll just upload a few more. So I think I uploaded a couple more in March. Maybe I've got to about 15, 20 at this point, titles, over 2 months. And again, so sales have doubled. Again, some actual sales, actual money, brilliant. Again, I think I'd start to think, okay, let's see how many I can start pushing out. April. So by this point, I think I'm uploading, like, every time I've got some spare time, I'll just try and create a few more. Ended the month on $70. And I think it was at the end of April where I decided I want to max out the amount I can publish. And I didn't know there was a limit at this point, so it just shows I wasn't pushing it massively. And I think it was at the end of April that I discovered you can actually only publish 10 per week. When I realised that, I thought, right, that's the goal. Just publish 10 every week, publish 10. So that decision was made end of April. So May, I'm making 10 per week. I got $118. How long does it take though, publishing 10 per week? For me, I spend about an hour and a half on a Monday creating them, and then I publish them all on a Tuesday takes about half an hour, 45 minutes to upload them all. So not long. A few hours a week I spend doing this. So again, that consistency, by this point I've got, maybe 50 titles, and I'm just keeping adding. So your catalogue, your library becomes bigger and bigger. That's May. So May wasn't even that long ago, was it? So it shows how quickly it's built. 118, the next month 254, and then July 392. I think it just shows it for me, or the biggest bit of advice I can give anyone is consistency. Don't just stop. There's some days in here, maybe June, where I've gone periods of no sales and you kind of think, oh, what's the point? But it does pick up, it goes up and down. You can't just sell every single day. Even in July, look, there's no sales there, there's no sales there. So it happens, but then you might peak one day, jump on the next day and there's 8 sales. So don't be disheartened, just keep going, stick to your schedule. And for me it's paying off. And I don't expect every month to climb, but I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and see what happens. Every bit of extra money, as you know, it's something I've earned doing my own thing in my own time when I want to. Because it's your own project, it's flexible around whatever you're doing. So I have children, family and a job as well. So I do this in my spare time. And if you've got a creative streak, it's fun in that sense as well. Because you can think and create and come up with ideas to try. And your artwork in your cover. So it's quite good for that side of you if you're that kind of person. So that's my sales for last month. Every single title in my library has been created using BookBolt. Every single one. So if this is something, a journey you're going on, definitely recommend using BookBolt as your service to help you publish and create. It's brilliant. So easy to use. And if you want to try it, do use my code because you'll at least get a discount and you get a 3-day free trial. So it's code Tori20. I've got a link in my bio as well. You can click that and it'll take you to where to put the code and how to sign up. So yeah, definitely have a go. Good luck on your journey, guys. Any questions, please, you can message me or just let me know. I've got a few videos, you can comment on them if you need any help or some tips, some ideas. Yeah, feel free to ask. Okay, and I'll be on live again in a few days. See you then. Bye.